Once again, the NASA telescope has found a planet that is even more conducive to life than Earth. The number of superplanets discovered so far by the new James Webb Space Telescope is astounding. We are now very close to the day when NASA will finally declare that a planet that is exactly like Earth and even harbors life has been discovered, according to extremely precise spectrometer analyses. The James Webb Space Telescope, or JWST for short, has the potential to find evidence of life on far-off worlds. This is accomplished by carefully examining the atmosphere and environment of a planet that is not in our solar system using a spectrometer. Both scientists and space fans can learn from the examination how much water is present in a planet's environment, the composition of its atmosphere, and its surface temperature. The first biomarkers that show the existence of life can be found by researchers using this data. Planets that are so similar to Earth or that contain so much water that they might be even more suitable for life than our own have already been discovered by the James Webb Telescope, making some groundbreaking findings. These worlds are referred to by scientists as super-Earths. The JWST, however, is capable of even more. Theoretically, even artificial light on a planet may be detected by the most amazing telescope ever. It accomplishes this by using the MIRI spectrometer, which is so precisely calibrated that it can readily differentiate between natural and artificial light waves. This brings the possibility of finding a second Earth and maybe other life forms closer than ever before. The JWST is a marvel of technology. With this new telescope, we have something truly amazing in store. Imagine being able to obtain precise exoplanet evaluations while using a telescope positioned in Earth's orbit to view thousands of light years. Humans have only been able to find additional planets in the universe since the middle of the 1990s. The issue with these far-off planets is their size. Exoplanets are small and lack light of their own, making them extremely challenging to find in the universe's dark regions. For this reason, the JWST has been particularly outfitted with infrared equipment that allows for the first time the capturing of even the smallest light traces from the universe. Since exoplanets don't radiate light, you would wonder how that would aid in their detection. Yes, exactly, but researchers employ a ploy where light is not the most important factor. Even at very far distances, stars are little, and exoplanets can seem no bigger than a grain of dust. Naturally, they are heavyweights that exert gravitational effects in faraway star systems, despite their modest size, and the JWST's spectrometers can measure just that. The impacts of gravity can be observed in minute changes in light by accurately measuring the star's surroundings, and they provide a wealth of information about the planets that circle it. Transit observation is the alternative method of exoplanet detection. There is a slight darkening when a planet moves in front of its star. With its keen senses, the JWST can quickly detect even these subtle dimming occurrences. Its creators have spent a great deal of money on this unusual technology. Together with the help of other countries, ESA, and the Canadian Space Agency have raised an astounding $11 billion to enable this technological miracle. This telescope has the ability to view farther and more clearly than any previous one thanks to its enormous honeycomb-shaped observation mirrors. We now know more about far-off worlds than ever before, and Webb has given us a compelling case for an Earth 2. Is the new Earth K218b? Why are scientists so thrilled about what the JWST has found? K218b is an exoplanet that is roughly 8 times as massive and 2.7 times as large as Earth. It is located at 124 light-years away and was identified by the JWST. Because the planet is in the habitable zone and orbits a red dwarf star, it is perfectly positioned to support life. Scientists are also more interested now that the JWST has found obvious evidence of water in K218b's atmosphere. An essential sign of life as we know it is water. Although water worlds have long been thought to be uncommon in astronomy, an increasing number of far-off worlds are now showing signs of having a water-bearing atmosphere and likely greater water deposits on their surface. Due to its location in the so-called Goldilocks zone, K218b most likely contains liquid water. The likelihood that the planet likewise harbors life of some kind is quite high if this is the case. Researchers are creating an image of a super-Earth that would resemble our current blue-green paradise. Even more life may exist on a planet nearly 3 times the size of Earth, with features and landscapes that are hard for us to conceive. Naturally, the intriguing query is how we would unquestionably demonstrate that life exists on K2-18b. We still don't know whether other species employ light sources comparable to ours, or whether other beings may have developed whole other lighting ways, even though MIRI found no trace of artificial light, which would be an obvious indication of higher life. We must keep in mind that only microbes, simple life forms like fish or snails, or amazing things like dinosaurs can live on a planet when we hunt for other life forms in space. Life would continue to exist even if they produced no artificial light. In order to potentially find evidence of metabolic activity on exoplanets, scientists are now developing a method to exploit the Webb telescope's fine spectrometer. For instance, this can entail identifying certain chemicals that signify the breathing of terrestrial organisms or figuring out whether microbes in the waters have an impact on the atmosphere. Two sun Tatooine planets. Who hasn't heard of the well-known two-sun Star Wars planet? It's not as uncommon as we think to have two suns. In fact, binary systems are rather prevalent in space. Systems with 3 to 6 stars are even known to exist. Imagine a world with 6 suns shining on it. It would be both strange and fascinating. Researchers have discovered a class of exoplanets roughly the size of Jupiter that are obviously gaseous. Some of these exoplanets are extremely close to their stars, and they all orbit 2 stars. They are therefore very hot. However, scientists are paying special attention to these Tatooine worlds. It is possible that we will discover stuff that we haven't yet learned about. Space continually demonstrates that when it comes to exploring other worlds, people nevertheless frequently have a very limited focus. Did you know that a privately funded project is now constructing a nano spacecraft that will be the first artificial probes to sail to a distant star system? Earth 2 is precisely opposite Proxima Centauri b. In a few years, the special project, named Starshot Breakthrough, intends to launch a fleet of small probes to the Proxima Centauri system, which is located 4.24 light-years distant. The exoplanet Proxima Centauri b gained notice a few years ago. There, it was unmistakably recognized as a rocky planet and began to resemble Earth more and more. It would have been spectacular if there had been a second Earth around the galactic corner. But after the first excitement, questions surfaced. The planet, which is marginally bigger than Earth, orbits its star so closely, according to fresh measurements, that it most likely cannot be a new Earth. Because red dwarfs release significantly less light than our Sun, life was initially not threatened by Proxima Centauri b's close proximity to the red dwarf Proxima Centauri. A different issue with Proxima Centauri b has drastically diminished the chances of life. Specifically, scientists have seen how the red dwarf star briefly shot strong flares toward the planet. Life on Proxima Centauri b is impossible because of the radiation from the star's powerful ejections. The Starshot project, however, continues to believe that life might exist there, or that this planet is so intriguing that we want to investigate it more. Other planets in the Proxima system are believed to be worth exploring as well. In addition, humans must develop technologies that will allow us to conduct more thorough explorations of exoplanets. The tiny spaceships, which are only a few millimeters in size, will have several crucial sensors and miniature cameras. Researchers intend to accelerate the starships to nearly the speed of light using a unique technology. This would allow the small probes to make their initial observations of an alien star system after a little more than 4 years of flight. Ross 128b even greater life chances? We might also send probes to the 11 light-year away planet Ross 128b if Starshot Breakthrough's proposal is successful. Additionally, this universe is nearly identical to Earth. The planet circles a red dwarf star and is only somewhat bigger than Earth. Nevertheless, measurements revealed that Ross 128 is a far more tranquil star than Proxima Centauri. This indicates that Ross 128b is in the habitable zone and will probably get much less radiation. Scientists are currently waiting on the James Webb Telescope to offer the first actual observational data on this planet. Only a small percentage of the more than 5,000 exoplanets that we presently know about resemble Earth. There are many different kinds of planets in the universe. Some are strange and exotic, while others are similar to the planets in our solar system. Jupiterian planets are equally as frequent as Saturnian planets or Neptune-like worlds. Naturally, we concentrate on the rocky worlds in our quest for extraterrestrial life. Since these planets are often much smaller, they are more difficult to find. We do, however, have a list of over 30 planets that might be very similar to Earth. The next step is for the Webb telescope to progressively go through this list and give us thorough spectrometer analysis of each of these worlds. If we eventually wish to discover other life forms in the universe, we will then be able to determine with certainty where there is water and where we need to search further. Never miss a new video again by subscribing now.